Years later, and it's still a mystery.
They deserve some type of answer.
A family hopes a new set of eyes on the case will help them find their daughter.
I will find it.
In a time when seconds matter.
For every minute that they don't receive the CPR, their survival rates decrease by 10%.
A new app could be the reason you survive.
This is KVUE News at 6.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Rush. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Quita Culpepper. It's a search dating back to 2002, the sudden disappearance of Rachel Cook. Tony Plahetsky is standing by with new information. He'll join us in a second, but let's provide a little bit of background first.
In January of 2002, Cook went jogging in her parents' neighborhood in the North Lake subdivision, northeast of Georgetown. From construction crews to other joggers, several people saw her running. The last person to see her was a neighbor who spotted Cook walking to cool down at around 10:30 or 11 in the morning on Natchez Trail. Since then, her whereabouts have been a mystery.
Now let's bring in Tony Plahetsky. He's got exclusive new details on the new way the sheriff of Williamson County is working to find out what happened to this young woman. Tony?
Well, Mike and Quita, the missing persons case of Rachel Cook is among many cases that have grown cold in Williamson County, some of them dating back nearly 4 decades. Sheriff Robert Chody tells me Cook's case is one of his top priorities, but so are several others. Tonight, he's forming a new team to help solve them through a unique approach. She is a mother consumed with unanswered questions.
I get up with it and I go to bed with it. I even dream about it.
Her daughter, Rachel Cook, vanished 15 years ago, never to be seen or heard from again. Now, just 4 months into taking office, Williamson County Sheriff Robert Chody wants to solve that case and about 10 other unsolved murders and missing persons cases.
So I know that we have families out there that don't have answers. Well, I know we have families who, for some time, who, from their own mouths, who said they haven't been communicated by the law enforcement agency that is tasked with their loved one's disappearance or death. And they deserve some type of answer that allows them to believe that we haven't given up. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Sheriff Chody, through a unique approach, is assembling a team of retired homicide investigators, a volunteer squad of sorts from other agencies like APD. Together, they'll try to figure out what happened to Cook and others whose families have waited for answers. Those unsolved crimes also include the 1988 murder of laundromat owner S.E. Ritchie, who was attacked in the driveway near the community of Shiloh, and what investigators think was a robbery.
And it gets new eyes on these cases that have had the eyes of the detectives that are overworked already.
Janet Cook is hopeful fresh sets of eyes could help find what happened to her daughter. She says she's at peace, though, that she'll one day get an answer.
I know that should I not find it on this earth, I will find it. The good Lord's going to let me know.
Now, the members of this investigative team will actually work on a volunteer basis. Instead of a salary, they'll serve as reservists. So the sheriff will agree to help them maintain their law enforcement license by providing the required signature that they are currently working for a law enforcement agency. Mike and Quita.
Tony, thank you. Leaders of the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission in the hot seat. The House Committee on General Investigating and Ethics called a hearing to question leaders about a controversial flyer and their expensive traveling practices. KVUE political reporter Ashley Godot is live at the Capitol, and Ashley, lawmakers are taking this very seriously.
Yeah, Quita, they set a very stern tone before the meeting even began, laying copies of that flyer on the table where the leaders of the TABC would be sitting. Take a look at it for yourself. Now, on the left is TABC Executive Director Sherry Cook, along with a member of her staff and 2 contractors, beers in hand on a jet, heading to a conference in California hosted by the National Conference of State Liquor Administrators, or NCSLA. Cook said the flyer was made for a presentation for that conference, but it caught the attention of the Texas Tribune, which investigated and found the agency execs are spending thousands of dollars of taxpayer money going to conferences in Hawaii, San Diego, and other cities. In the hearing, the chair of the committee, Representative Sarah Davis, shot down Cook's claims that she didn't ask for the flyer to be made and that it was just a joke.
It seems like somebody put a lot of thought and effort into creating this flyer or image on state computers, state employees on state time. I still don't understand why it was done. You just say it's a joke.
That flyer was just the tip of the iceberg. The representatives also questioned the execs about their role with the NCSLA, which gets money from the liquor industry, the industry they patrol. They also want to know why they have state vehicles, free gas, and firearms, all on the taxpayers' dime. No action was taken in committee today, but Davis hinted this won't be the last time we hear about this. In fact, the House-approved version of the budget includes an amendment to cut the travel budget for the TABC. Live at the Capitol, Ashley Goodo, KVUE News.
Thank you, Ashley. University of Texas at Austin police officers will soon wear body cameras on their uniforms. The body cameras will look like the ones you're seeing now. They'll be worn by officers for a variety of reasons, but most importantly, to continue building trust and reassuring the public that the UT campus is safe. The cameras will only record interactions with people whom officers come into contact with. In criminal cases, the recordings will be considered evidence and could be used in court.
What if you could find out how many kids in your school's district aren't vaccinated? Well, state lawmakers are considering a bill that will release that information to parents. Right now, the state only lists the number of unvaccinated kids in each school district, but if House Bill 2249 passes, it would require specific numbers for each school. It's important to note, though, that no students' names would be released.
And joining Albert Ramon in his territory now, the Storm Center. Another muggy day across central Texas, and you've actually forecast a lot of the same.
Yeah, a lot of clouds, a couple little hit-miss showers. Most of us have been dry, despite a couple little scattered showers, very light nature on the radar. Temperatures right now, upper 70s to around 80 degrees. It's 78 degrees right now in Austin. And notice the radar picking up on a brief shower coming up to the north of Highway 71, getting a little bit closer to the Lake Travis area. So if you're in Steiner Ranch, around the Oasis, Mansfield Dam area, a little passing shower headed your way shortly. Rumbles of thunder in rural areas of northeastern areas of Mason County, part of an upper-level disturbance that's falling apart as we speak. But pretty quiet overnight, just a lot of clouds. Muggy air will offer some fog by morning, and these small on and off rain chances continue for tomorrow and Saturday, and even a small chance of rain for Easter night into early next work week. We'll talk about those rain chances over the next couple of days, albeit small, coming up.
See you in a bit, Albert. Thanks. Gas prices keep going up. Analysts say that by this summer, gas prices will rise to $2.46 a gallon, but there is some good news. Prices will stay lower than they were back in 2014. Last summer, prices at the pump averaged $2.23 per gallon. This summer's spike reflects the 15% rise in oil prices. The average price of gas for the entire year will reach $2.39 a gallon, up from $2.15 last year. The average household will spend about $200 more on gas.
One of the funkier festivals now underway in Austin, Fuse Box. The annual event combines a variety of different art forms and features exhibits and panels on a variety of topics. Dozens of artists will be showing off their work at exhibits throughout the city. Organizers hope to foster a creative spirit amongst attendees. The festival runs through Sunday night.